on tonight. See what happens. Hope everyone's doing well. Just another magical night here. PG there. We're hoping to have PG on tonight. Yo, what's up, bro? How's your balls? Oh, we got him, ladies and gentlemen. It is what it is. Got some water. Don't got any fresh fruit tonight. But hey, it is what it is. It's always good when the host starts yawning. You know it's going to be a captivating conversation. Richie's falling asleep. Richie's sleeping. First impressions, what a very thick, durable looking wrapper on this thing. Wowza. Looks like a pretty recent release. No major, what do you call it? No brown in the cello, so it doesn't look that old. Kind of a strong foot smell. Is what it is. It's got a very sharp rectangular box press. Bands are not. And maybe at some point this was one of his better cigars, although this has been out for quite some time, and that's that. It has a very gritty wrapper feel. Yeah. Oh, someone's screaming there. I think on the binder and filler there is Nicaraguan, but I think there's something else too. I could have swore there was something else. Maybe we'll have PG talk about it. PG. Yo, PG. Look at this guy, fresh.
Fresh, dude. How you doing?
Man, you're wearing layers. You got like design going on right now.
Hey, gotta show for the show, right?
My goodness. Well, it's nice to see somebody still cares about the show. I mean, it is what it is. The show has gone through its paces, and now we're in the final phase of the Richie show where it's abandonment. It's the end of the Richie show, and
Yeah.
it's cool. But if it's gonna collapse, complete collapse is the way to go. You know what I'm saying, though?
Maybe.
Yeah, and I can't stress that enough.
Okay.
Man, so how's your balls?
Oh, man, I'm still not feeling 100%, so we'll see how this goes.
When's the last time you had a cigar?
Been a while, probably at least a month.
Wow.
But
Wow.
I only smoked one just to check, but it's been like 2 months since I really have been smoking cigars at all, so
Wow.
we'll see how it goes.
You said a month. Wow.
Yeah. Well, two
Wow.
2 months since I smoked one somewhere within 2 months. And other than that, that's it. So one cigar in 2 months.
So, but overall, I mean, you've taken a massive break from tobacco for a long time.
Big time. So what better way to get back into it with a dark AJ, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Because why the good thing about that is if you went with something you didn't know, you might not know if that's where it is.
That's
Meaning
true.
when you come back to cigars and you take a break, you go to something especially something on the stronger
Yeah.
something's very reliable like an AJ, and if it feels like because it's very predictable AJ, if it doesn't feel like that, then it's you, not the cigar.
Yeah. Fair enough. Can you hear me all right, by the way? Because
Yeah,
I've had both. Okay, just want to make sure
yeah,
that
yeah.
the
That's so
technical is working.
that's the second time I've yawned today. So that's
Yeah,
in this show.
it's not
It's really
personal.
good. It's really good. No, 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 no. I did it before. Imagine like, hey, welcome to the Price is Right. He's just yawning. He's just like, you know, like, yeah. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it's it's past my bedtime.
Yeah,
What can I tell you? You know.
fabulous, dude. Well, we'll have a nice, relaxing time. Now, do you have the Toro?
Yeah. What do you got?
I also got the Toro.
Yeah, 652.
Yes, sir. Box press.
Yeah, I must say, not much time on mine. The cellophane's pretty clear.
Okay, I've had mine for 2 years.
Wow, so
So that's not that long, really.
well, no,
Shouldn't do
but
much.
it's definitely more time than on mine. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
that's true
saying? No,
for sure.
so I mean, but on an AJ, it might affect it a little bit, but I don't think it's not going to make it a mild.
No, definitely not. Especially this is San Andreas wrapper. Did you know that the filler on this is Honduran and Nicaraguan? It's
I knew
it's
there was
not
something else. I thought it was. It's not a. It's not a, obviously it can't be a pure because it's Mexican wrapper, but yeah. So,
right,
but it's not pure Nicaraguan.
right. That surprised me. I thought it was I thought it was similar to the regular San Latano, which is all Nicaraguan, right?
Interesting.
But I thought it
Interesting.
was just a different wrapper, but it's not. It's got to be a different blend because it's got the Honduran in it as well.
Wow. Well, do you think that's going to be different then? I guess for an AJ, or is that going to be, you know,
I don't
I
think
don't
it's
know.
going to be different for an AJ, but I think it might be different than the San Latano. I'm really interested to see how it stacks up because the San Latano is my favorite AJ.
When you say
Um,
San Lotano, that's the lineup. So you're talking about the Habano?
yeah, sorry, the regular one, which is the Habano.
Okay, yeah.
There's
So in case guys are new, AJ
yeah,
obviously is a brand, but AJ obviously makes more cigars for other people with his name and without his name. So AJ's three companies. There's AJ Cigars, then there's cigars by AJ, but with another person's name on it, and then there's cigars by AJ that doesn't say anything,
hmm
like
like Diesel.
Tabernacle, which, yeah,
Oh,
and
oh,
Diesel. Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, everyone knows Diesel's AJ, but lots it just says Diesel, and there's two lines of Diesel. The original line Diesel, which is AJ,
uh-huh.
purely AJ, which is released. It's like Cigar International, like on the cheap bundles.
hmm
But then there's the newer Diesel, which is under the second phase of General when they split. What is that called?
Oh, a Foundry,
Forged? No, Forged.
Forged. Yeah,
Um, and so that those diesels, which are more high end for diesel,
I see.
um, you are made by AJ still, but they're distributed by General. So AJ doesn't have to sell those cigars; he just makes them, and General
hmm
distributes them. If that makes any
Yeah,
sense. So
gotcha. Yeah,
that's the
he's
best
busy
case
making just
scenario
about
where you don't have
everything.
to worry about what's that.
He's making just about everything, right?
At all different levels, like I said,
Yeah,
because I mean, that's almost the best case. You make a cigar and have someone else worry about distribution. They just listen. You put the order in,
yeah,
you got to sell it now. You know what I'm saying, though.
right.
And but especially such big orders like that, like just General is in every cigar lounge in America, and um, something like these. There's more cigars that are lounges that mid Diesels
hmm
is a great the in the lounge is a great mid tier brand that has a lot of variety and um, I think it's unique, from like low to mid tier pricing, and you get a lot for your money. Like, I mean, some of these diesels you get, for $5 to $8, at a lounge, and they're not bad at all.
Mm.
Like, and they're interesting because they're not generally full
And
crazy AJ.
it seems
You
like
know,
he's been upgrading the diesel line too.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I think diesel now is like where punch is with General.
Yeah.
Like, it's a great value line that does a
Mm-hmm.
lot, and it's a stellar mid tier lineup that I'm telling you, man. And then they had some higher end diesels, like the I can't remember the name of it, but the one that was in the green, in the glass case. Um, I can't remember for the life of me, but whatever it is, I'm saying though. So, but it's also nice showed up tonight, which is exciting. You know what I'm saying though. So,
Yeah.
we yeah we know
Yeah, of course. Hudson
when
has no
DL's
life.
watch. What's that?
Kale Cop GG, all the regulars, dude.
Yeah. Uh, Geo is, I don't know, crying right now and clapping cheeks, but crying. Um, DL's watching, but he's going to be low key. Jeremy, I don't know. Maybe Jeremy has the channel on silent, and then Chewy is in like witness protection. Um, AP has the channel on, but like he has it on silent, and like he's just screaming, So,
I was really impressed by
so
the
it is.
the immediate foot smell on this just when I was lighting it. I'd be curious what you think.
On the
Yeah,
aromatics.
think about the foot smell. The foot smell was phenomenal.
I must say that underneath the wrapper, when you're feeling this thing, again, the vibe, it's a very even blend, and I can't find any major soft spots or
Hmm.
dents or divots within it. You know what I'm saying, though?
Hmm.
And lots of times in your box press, you might, because you're compressing the cigar, um, sometimes and that might expose it even more, where you're like, it makes you wonder, like, is it better or worse to have a soft spot in a cigar or a dense, in a Parejo and a round cigar or a box pressing? And I think box pressing, if you have issues squeezing a cigar, can only make it worse sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's got to be a factor too when you blend a cigar,
Hmm.
um, and how everything's going to work. Um, okay, so you have a certain amount of tobacco you're going to use for blend. Let's say it's 52 gauge,
Hmm.
but there is a difference in box pressing and not box pressing, and how it might affect you. Maybe the cigar works great in Parejo, but then you box press it, you start having issues. You know what I'm saying, though?
Well, I
Uh,
think a lot of the time with box pressing, they remove like a leaf or something, is what I've
yeah,
heard to because it compresses it.
right. Yeah, no, there's a lot of factors to that. I mean, but this feels much heavier than a Padron for its size. Oh, look at that
Hey,
AP
he's
Grace!
here.
Wow, the certified hater. AP, we have like it's like a AP, it's like Drake and Kendrick beef. You know what I'm saying? No, it's just been brutal. Well, I guess we could be friends tonight, AP. Appreciate it. Um, I must say the tobacco and the filler almost has a reddish hue brown. Obviously, I didn't
Mm,
light mine yet. And
yeah,
that's interesting. And
I see what you mean. Actually, yeah, some of it is really red. Some of it's more
yeah,
regular looking. Some of it's really red.
yeah, it's interesting. And maybe that's the Honduran, but clearly, like, because there is in the center, the Lajero is so much darker compared to around it. Could you do what yours
Yeah,
in or
yeah,
no?
yeah.
Okay, but yeah, but I'm telling you, man, like, bro, I could normally the color in the cigar, the foot looks pretty
Right.
uniform, or maybe blindy, you can't tell. It is really self-evident as far as the center. I don't know if you guys can look at that. Look at that, bro. See
Oh
it?
yeah. Wow.
You know what I'm saying though? It
Yeah.
almost looks like uh what's it called? Eye of the Bull.
Mm.
All right. Wow, tonight is actually quite cool for Florida, which is fantastic. But it's like in the 70s, which trust me is like
Nice.
wintertime.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh
70 is
yeah.
very pleasant.
Yes.
AP, we're smoking the San Lotano, the Maduro.
He's not going to care. We're not smoking Opus tonight. We're not flexing. We're not smoking Davidoff.
I
And the
think
bottom line is, uh,
AP, to his credit, cares about cigars from all walks.
yeah,
I don't know if he cares about lower mid tier, but this is straight mid tier. So
yeah, yeah. You have to go. He does make some higher stuff like the Dorado or some other ones. Yeah, it's what it is.
I'm curious what you think about that foot smell. Well, I guess you're gonna light it straight out, but if you catch a whiff of it, tell me what you think.
Yeah, it's just kind of breezy in the car right now, so I had to close
Gotcha.
the windows a little bit. I'm really surprised this kind of breeze right now. Nobody cares. We're getting the weather report. I kind of have high hopes for this cigar because I hope it's not just such a predictable AJ. After having that
Yeah.
Monte Cristo AJ yesterday, which was, I don't know if you saw the review, it was
Mm-mm.
a good cigar, but like, oh my god, yeah,
Like
it
I
was
said, the
another one
fit.
of those full 10-year aged wrapper binder filler on a Monte
Hmm.
Cristo, but full AJ. So it
Mm.
kind of like is a
Nice.
paradox that you're like, bro, like Like the cigar was like too much.
Sounds like LFD.
Yeah, no, but it was so dark, you know. It was like 85, 90%,
Hmm.
like from the beginning, you know.
Well, like I said, the regular San Lotano is my favorite AJ that I've smoked, and one of my favorite cigars that I've smoked. So I also have high hopes for this one.
I'm sorry, man. I was
We'll
like my
see.
12th match in. I'm getting like, oh, not tornado strength wind, but like dude, I never had this issue here. It's like the cross breeze is just like, what the fuck? I sound like a weatherman, but like somehow I gotta close the windows. There it is. There you go.
This got a really special foot smoke on it.
Got a great jaw. Initial impression, it's a dark cigar. I do get some sweetness off the bat. Okay, off the bat, it is not as strong or as dark as that one last night. That great smoke cigar, that would kick your ass. Like, in a way, I'm glad I smoked that Monte Cristo yesterday because that was like, you know what I'm saying, though? Like,
Yeah,
it might have been even stronger, I think it was, than the 1930, too much AJ, So,
they didn't know when to stop, dude. They kept making it more and more AJ.
yeah, bro, it's got a 10-year age Lajero wrapper, but it's such a high priming wrapper, and the fillers in it was just everything about it was like, all right, bro. It was a good cigar, but you're like, he was trying to kill you, you know. And honestly, like once you get past like medium full, I'll let it stay at medium full or a heavy medium full
Yeah,
instead of going full strength at the sacrifice of like the body and the way it feels. Like once you get to like full strength and you're trying to go past full strength, at that point you're just ramming it. You're like, oh my god, this thing's like trying. It's like at a certain point, I think medium full is more than enough. You want to get to heavy medium full, God bless. Full strength, and especially with the caveat, full strength with super darkness. 85,
hmm
90. It felt like a Camacho trip Maduro. It felt like a Camacho quadruple Maduro. It felt just too much. You know what I'm saying? Though, so
triple Maduro is already about maxed out. So yeah, I see what you mean. Any darker in that cigar wouldn't be any good.
it was too
I
much.
feel like actually, if you brought the triple Maduro back down 20%, it'd be a really good cigar. It's a little too much for my
Yeah,
taste
honestly, yeah, the trip
in terms of
Maduro
usability.
maybe. Yeah, just a little less. Yeah. But they go to it as that escape. But
Hmm.
like, yeah, if I would take a little less scary in a sense, a little more refined Chip Maduro with maybe just a little less Lajero in the filler
Hmm.
and just push it a little softer. I mean, make it a strong medium full. I mean,
Right.
but it is what it is.
Yeah, I agree. Add
Miracles go.
some refinement. Yeah, add refinement to that. Bring it down to medium full. Bring down the strength 20%.
Mm.
Maybe make some more connoisseur sizes. In a Lonsdale, be nice.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Like a little P Corona or a Rothschild, just get in and get out.
Yeah,
Um,
you'd have to
this
take a
is
lot off of it. Hmm.
I'm sorry, I cut you off. Again.
No, I was just saying you'd have to take a lot off of it to make it a Rothschild or a Petit Corona. You know what I mean? Otherwise, you'd be back right. You know,
Mm.
struggling with it. But yeah, what were you saying?
This is I'm at a heavy medium plus. I'm
Hmm.
at borderline medium full. So it's starting off as going to be feeling like a predictable medium full, which was a strong cigar, but not an ass kicking cigar.
Hmm.
This is not a scary cigar off the bat. How about yourself?
Yeah, I'm definitely experiencing medium plus. I'm experiencing kind of woody, almost like a whisper of chocolatiness.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I have get some chocolate, but it's not like a very heavy like dark chocolate or it is some milk chocolate, but it's not a very present note. It's there.
Mhm. Yeah, I think yeah, it'll definitely pick up by the middle, but, it's almost like a powdered milk chocolate, you know? Um, like a like somewhere between a cocoa powder and a milk chocolate is that note. Um, yeah, but it's nice. It's a pleasant try. I think it's starting off nice. It's not starting off wowza, but it's not starting off bad at all. It's definitely got me curious.
This is something that if you want a darker cigar or a stronger cigar, but like it's not getting your ass kicked, this is more usable. Most people don't want to go,
Mhm.
um, which is why. Well, you get what I'm saying. Yeah, which I guess people drinking a beer or a whiskey shooting up heroin. Like people like, yeah, I'll take a beer, take the
Yeah,
edge off. You know, you have to go to the bar. What will it be? You know,
just a whole glass of hard liquor. You know what I mean? Like an 8-ounce glass of vodka. You drink the whole glass.
yeah, yeah. That is like, what will it be? Man, give me a dirty needle and a ride the pony. My draw is very good on this.
Yeah.
And then I always got to say the draw. I never have any like plug draw on AJ's. Do you?
No, not so far. I had a little bit of a tight draw on a last call one time, but that's it. For the most part, they're right on.
Those are really
Yeah,
small.
I think the draw's a little bit open for me, but I V cut it, but I still think it's a little open. It could be. I think they could have packed this a
Yeah.
little bit more. Um, it's not bad. It's not blowing me away.
Well, I'm slowing it
Hmm.
down. I don't want to smoke it too fast in a sense, but I would say I'm enjoying this cigar. I am not blown away as far as like, oh, the best AJ ever had.
Hmm.
Not by far at all. But it's not the worst AJ, and it's enjoyable. Compare this to the New World Oscuro. The New World Oscuro is a stronger, darker cigar with a lot more spice. Would you agree?
The one that I had, I found very, very mild. It was like a mild to medium, maybe a medium, very dark, not a lot
The New
going
World
on.
Oscuro?
Yeah, I didn't like it at all. But I smoked it in a bigger size. It was like a 55
Oh,
ring.
oh no, no, no! I only had them in small, I think so.
Got you. That
Yeah, it
cigar
might have been
falls
like
apart really fast when you get into the bigger ring gauge, my opinion.
interesting. Yeah, I never did it like at a 55. I don't think or something like that. So that's interesting. Yeah, I mean, I don't think this is like a majorly unique cigar compared to other cigars, but for AJ, what's interesting on this is he didn't go full AJ, so I'm enjoying that.
I'm picking up I'm starting to pick up a little bit of sweetness. It definitely didn't start sweet. I think it started like the flavor profile started a little empty, you know, but not bad. I think I'm hoping that it'll develop. I hope that that's yeah, right, right,
It's almost like a warm up, if that makes any
yeah.
sense. And
52 is not a
I
small
don't know.
ring gauge. You know, that's a lot of throughput unless you're packing it. Um,
Well, like you said too, I think even though it feels heavy for its size, the draw is very easy. There's a lot of factors to it, man. Um,
I think one thing I like about the cigar so far is that nothing is offending me about it. There's no note that I don't like. You know, there's stuff that it could grow into, but there's nothing about it that it is there that is bad.
yeah, it's better. It's better in life if you want more of something than wanting less. Like if you
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lounge is
Yeah.
dead, man.
Yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. You know, it's what it is.
Yeah.
A lot of his stuff has been helped with other brands and notoriety, but I don't think for the most part, unless guys are looking for go on cigar page and get some cheap, it's still not a brand with anything AJ that let's say if you got guys that are smoking top tier stuff or upper mid tier, even like let's say some Ashton, which is top tier cigar, but it's very approachable. It's not like Ashton VSG is like $40. You can get them for like
Right.
13 to 15 on a
Right.
small one.
Yeah.
Well, picture like Illusione. Like Illusione is definitely a little more, I think, respected than like AJ. Like it's more, of like I don't know.
I don't know if that's true. I think
I think a lot of guys buy AJ because it's affordable. And I'm not saying it's bad at all. I'm not saying that, but you know what I'm saying though.
my perception of AJ is that he makes a good cigar for what you could call an honest price. And I think people
Yes,
respond to that. And I think that's a very quality way to market yourself, or the way he markets himself. I think you
especially
feel like,
starting off
yeah,
that way instead of starting off trying to make $100 cigars and then $7 $8. So yeah, you're right. He dominated the working class. You know what I'm saying
mhm,
though, which is more majority in volume, and then he's slowly been getting some more but yeah. So I mean, I think obviously I'd like to see some more sophistication with his own blends. I think the blends, like for example, the aging room,
mhm,
those blends are fantastic, but those are not just his cigars. They're Altadas and under Ralph
mhm,
Condal and everything else. Um, and for obviously two different companies, obviously under Altadas and then under Aging Room. Um, so, and I'll be honest, like the Aging Room Nicaragua is better than most AJ cigars, like where it just says AJ. If that makes any sense. So
I only smoked one uh aging room Nicaragua in it. I would put it sort of middle of the pack for AJ cigars. Maybe I've gotten really lucky with the AJ cigars, but I think AJ. I mean, I
I'm
think
surprised you
he's,
never connection, bro. I've smoked so much Adrian Nicaragua. That is such a great cigar, and you're talking about at a store $12, $13, and you get a lot for your money. Now of course online you can get even better pricing,
yeah,
and I don't think that cigar aged well. I don't mean to buy tobacco. I mean it's been a couple years since it won, and there's definitely no real buzz on it. You still see it at shops, but I
yeah.
think it's something more people buy online, which is what it is. Very rarely, even like look at the EP Krillo Pledge. Like nobody cares anymore at the shop. I mean, people will still buy them, but there's something,
Yeah,
whenever they have Hemingways come, Maduros or Anejos at shops, the demand is always there year after year after year.
yeah.
Where um, it's one thing to make a great blend, but they give it a couple years and people are like, I'm over that. But like people will never get over smoking Anejo, you know?
Well,
So
Fuente has done a really good job of restricting the supply enough to create buzz around it, and they're always creating higher and higher and stuff. They're really, I think, if you wanted to study somebody who's doing the best job creating consistent, sustained buzz around their product, it's got to be Fuente, right?
Fuente, yeah, if we talk about non-Cuban cigars, um, yeah, because the only person above Fuente really would be Davidoff, as
Hmm.
far as like that level of prestige. But I don't think Davidoff really, amongst real serious cigar smokers, I think a lot of guys would probably take higher end Fuentes over Davidoff any day. That's my opinion on that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Though. because Davidoff, even though is a top tier high end brand, like if you say most guys would rather have a box of Opus X or a box of Neho or a box of Davidoff Nicaragua. There's, most guys, I'm telling you, would take the Opus X or the Opus X Oscuro, etc. So I think,
Uh-huh.
even though if you said what's a higher end brand, Davidoff is definitely a higher end brand because Fuente goes all the way down to curly head,
Right.
Um, but yeah, I mean,
Yeah, me neither. I don't foresee myself smoking a lot more Avo. Some point maybe, but there's other stuff to smoke. I think it's mhm.
I'd rather smoke the Camacho Nicaragua and the Camacho broadleaf too. We we
Yeah,
we we reviewed both those cigars
yeah,
together. We had a good time, man.
yeah. Those are good. Yeah, that Nicaragua, that was a crazy time, but the broadleaf was a really good time. You know,
Yeah,
um,
yeah.
the I think it's interesting how people will give a brand a lot of shots. Like they'll smoke like 5 cigars from the brand when they have a bad experience with the first few. I don't know why people would bother going back. There's so many brands. There's so many cigars to smoke. You know.
Well, I get that too, but if you get most, if they're not buying online when you go to a shops, they're limited by what the shops carry, and if you're in a state, that or an area that's doesn't have so much selection, they might just go, oh, whatever. I think price point and selection is a factor, and I think Camacho at lounges, unless people gouge, which makes no sense, they are priced very, very well
Mhm.
for it is a quality product. And I think the Camacho broadleaf, pound for pound, I mean, you're talking about $9, $10 at shops for like a Toro.
I think
And
some of the Camachos perform really well. I was talking about the Avos, but I smoked two Avos,
Avos,
and
Avos, dude, I don't understand. Well, Avos, you're paying more than Camacho.
yeah,
There was some special ones. The one Geo sent me. There were some interesting ones there.
I'm starting to get some interesting baking spice, Middle Eastern spice type flavors through the retro hail. Uh, how deep are you in? And you know, are you starting to get that?
I first off, right there, I
Yeah.
picked up. I'm definitely about an inch and a half, maybe in, and right there, it went to a solid medium full. Where holding the smoke started getting a little burn to the nose with the
Hmm.
spice. So that's picking up. My black pepper spice is there with a slight bit of red
Right.
pepper backing it. So the not that the whole cigar. Can we say Spice Bomb? Is that 1990s British pop band? If you want to be my Lajero, you got to get with my friends. But anyways,
I
that
think
was Spice Girls.
we can
Yeah,
say spice bomb. Yeah, I think we're allowed to.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, I'm getting a really nice coffee note. The earth is there, but it's definitely not as earthy as
Hmm.
a full AJ cigar.
Yeah.
So in a way, I like that about this. Comparing it just to AJ, you are getting a little more of a different vibe to it.
Hmm.
I think this would pair well with a nice dark espresso,
Hmm.
or something like that, and dark coffee. I think it's a good time. San Andreas ever had. It's not the best AJ ever had, but but I'm enjoying it, and I think I paid what, maybe $9 or something like that for it.
So, that's getting good, dude. I'm in. So I think I'm a little bit further than you are,
Hmm.
and oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, at first I was getting that what we were talking about, that mild chocolate, a little bit of earth, whatever. And then I was definitely getting in, it came in with that black pepper, the red pepper, right? But that started to calm down for me. And I'm definitely getting a lot of baking spices, a lot of kind of a Middle Eastern spice thing.
I don't know exactly where to place it, but it's like definitely not floral notes, but more of like spices that are. It's a combination of things that you're like. It's not like a pepper or hot pepper, but it's like a spice in a sense.
It
Nonetheless,
reminds me of like a clove or a cinnamon
Yeah.
or like allspice. Somewhere in there ish. I'm getting some of that. I'm also sort of getting what I would think of as like a little bit of a Middle Eastern spice. But I'm also getting a sweetness behind that, and this is additional to the previous parts of the blend, right? There's still the black pepper has calmed down for me a little bit, but there's a little bit of that chocolate, maybe coffee in the back still. I
Well,
think the chocolate's moving
try
toward
hold the
coffee.
smoke for about hold the smoke for 10 seconds and see if the spice is still there.
I,
Because
I, I
yeah,
can't I can't
on the
I can't do it because
just
of I'm still recovering, so I don't want to get too crazy with it. But
it does build up. So keep and if you want this to have if you want to have a PG experience with this, just puff and release. But I'm holding the smoke, bro. The spice,
mm,
is there.
that
Um,
that chocolate has gotten less dry, and it's gotten sort of fused with
well,
the coffee, and it's sweeter now. It's kind of like a mocha. It's moved toward mocha for
yeah,
me.
I'll get more milk chocolate out of it now.
Hmm.
I'll tell you what, I like that for an AJ, if anything, we're starting to have some type of layers and some type of
Hmm.
transition. So it's got that going for it. It's definitely enjoyable. I mean, on this route, it's definitely going to be at least a 4.5, which is definitely a
Hmm.
good to very good cigar. It's not going to be mind blowing, but that's a solid rating. And yeah, no, I'm enjoying it.
I like the spices. I like the complexity from the spices. I like you said, the layering. I think there's a good separation of flavors with this. I like that
Mm.
it's keeping and developing that chocolate note. Now it's sweeter. It's got more coffee to it. I like that it's remaining with the earth. It's not getting too earthy though. There's not a heavy earth to it, but it has a little bit of a backbone. I think right, right. And I like that. I think that creates a reusability aspect potentially. We'll see. Yeah, go ahead.
Because it's not going to blow. Like the Bella's Artes is definitely, I think, darker, stronger. In my opinion, the smaller versions, which I've had of the New World Oscuro, definitely darker, stronger.
Hmm.
I know you said you had a Fat Boy,
Yeah.
but I don't think so. Believe it or not, down here in South Florida, the one thing is the opposite. The one thing they don't like, the shops don't have tons of selection of. You know what it is?
Uh, oh,
General.
interesting. Yeah, well, Florida, they got you can get Fuente and stuff.
Like every shop's like, oh, you want Highway Maduro? You want a Nejos for $12? So like people are like, yeah, I'm not gonna go smoke, whatever. So it's quite
Interesting.
interesting. Yeah, like they'll carry a few punches, um, a few CAOs, um, like one or two Cohibas, very little Partagas, which is a shame because I think Partagas is a
Hmm.
great brand. I have seen a good amount of the Hoyo de Monterrey here though,
Interesting.
which is because Hoyo de Monterrey is a great brand, man. Nobody, not even General, talks about Hoyo. Hoyo de Monterrey is a
The
solid brand.
Excalibur gets a lot of respect. I think that's one of the cigars from the general side that gets respect.
Well, you got the Sumatra, the dark Sumatra. Like
I got a Hoyo Cameroon. I want to try that one. This is no, I didn't. I got one. This is really nice. I got a little bit of a almost like a creamy vanilla in there, just like an undertone of it. I think there's a good complexity with this. I think because it's not firing on all cylinders out of the gate, um, it's giving a lot, and I think it's a lot of it's 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 not perfectly balanced, but it's well balanced. I think it has enough layering, enough complexity.
think it's doing a lot for mid-tier cigar at this price point under AJ. Saying though because I mean
Hmm.
it's a very affordable cigar. The box pressing is and is ahead of its price point. If that makes any sense. So it's like, it's giving you a lot of value. Of course, online you can get them cheaper, But I mean, the boxes are nice on this. The box pressing is nice. The band, I had nothing bad to say about it. I don't know if I like the color scheme, but no, the band does look in some ways like Cuban-esque, especially look at the back of it, where a lot of the old school brands, do that there on the side, like
Hmm.
even like the Hoyo and
Yeah.
etc. But no, I think there's more in the positive for this cigar than in the negative.
Hmm.
Um, so as long as you're not looking for a full AJ cigar,
Yeah.
and you're gonna enjoy something with some complexity and layering, without getting blown out by a Diddy
Yeah.
party.
Uh, AP, how's my audio? He says you're getting like 50% Richie audio. I'm getting a little bit more than 50% Richie audio, but um,
Mm.
I think I like that this is also for San Andreas. I'm not getting run down by the San Andreas either, right? I'm not just tasting, chocolate earth pepper, like it's not. There's a that San Andreas profile that can sometimes run you down and be so dominant, and I'm not getting that here either.
Yeah, it has more nuance than balls. You know what I'm saying? No, the cigar has power
Yeah.
to it, but
Oh my God, dude.
it's
Oh, right there.
semi-refined,
And excuse the burn, but right there, dude. I'm getting I'm
Yeah,
getting a vanilla, man.
nice.
Getting like a vanilla ice cream off it. It's really good. Mm,
I can't say I'm getting that, but yours
I
has
like
2
it.
years on it,
2 years,
and
yeah.
also you do more micro puffing and you're not holding the smoke. I'm holding the smoke a lot, and so the spice is there, but definitely the spice is not as strong as it was before, which might piss off some people if the spice starts calming down. But it's not bothering me because by the spice calming, listen, I've had so much spice, right? At a certain point, when spice comes down on this,
Hmm. 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 I'd say for me, this is almost like a 70% darkness. It's not quite even three quarters. It's just a little shy of that. What I just noticed is I puffed on it just a little bit harder, and I definitely get more of that coffee and pepper profile, and it lightens up. If you smoke on it a little bit lighter, it seems to give a lighter profile, which is interesting.
yeah, so we're smoking the same cigar, which is 2 years difference, and with different ways of smoking.
Yeah,
Um, but we're not so far off, though. You know,
sure. I like
you
it.
know.
I like this, and I
Yeah.
also like it as the Maduro counterpart to the San Lotano. I think the San Lotano um, is almost. I remember it being a sweeter, heavier, almost stronger, more fun cigar. I like that this
Uh,
is a little bit more of a gentle, refined. Again, this has got 2 years on it, but it's a little bit more complexity, a little more laid back. Maduro, I like that he kind of stepped back with the Maduro. At least that's being my experience right now. It's a little bit more of a medium and complex versus the medium full San Lotano Habano, which was also less complex.
no, Habanos, could be tweaked to be a lot of fun. I mean, you have the classic Habanos, but yeah, there's a lot of room with the Habanos. And then you can get some very dark Habanos too. Like,
Hmm.
um, so there's a lot you could do with it. And with the Habano wrappers, you could really push them. Like Habano, bro, you could push Habano wrap cigars with
Yeah.
the high prime, hair. You could push them hard. You know what I'm saying though? So Habanos could be kind of scary. They have a lot of potential how they want to load the cigar. Um, this is not one of those cases. This is obviously not Habano, but um, yeah. Has anybody ever used the Mexican San Andreas Maduro? But
Not that I know of. Oh, I said not that I know of. If you didn't get
yeah,
that, yeah.
yeah.
Ooh, I chugged on it a little bit more there. Comes through really strong coffee, pepper, almost like a not vegetal and not dirt, earth, but like when you're in vegetation, there's a sort of smell. Got a little bit of that. Not bad either. But I think if you can smoke this calmly, I mean, if you had this with a like a latte, like a coffee with milk in it, something like that, I think it'd be really, really calm and usable. I like that.
Yeah, I'm not rushing it either, and I'm enjoying it. Um, Taking my time with it. Probably because I didn't want to smoke it too fast, but
Hmm.
and it's not going out and anything. And the burn's been great. The draw's been great.
Yeah.
Ash is solid. Um, I can't say nothing bad about it. I think a 4.5 is solid on this.
Hmm.
It's maybe even a 4.55. Like I'm enjoying it. I'm not gonna run out the door and have it again, but
Hmm.
I could definitely recommend if you can get a 5 pack of this for a good price. That there's definitely that capability on his on his mid tier stuff to get him at a lot better price online. I think I think it's a solid stick with nothing bad to say about it. Like if you want a stronger Mexican Andreas, what's that? Baraki Patel, the was with the sun grown. Is that a
The
Mexican Andreas?
sun grown Maduro. I think
Is
it's
that a
Mexican
Mexican?
Sailor. I think so.
That man, that is a strong cigar.
The foot smell on this
Um,
is really, really nice, and it smells more on the natural side. This reminds me a little bit of the VSG. I don't think it's as good as the VSG, and it doesn't have the refinement and excitement of the VSG. It's more like but it's kind of in that wheelhouse in terms of the amount of darkness, some of the tertiary notes, some of the background.
yeah, I really couldn't make a major argument against that statement. It's like a lower tier, less stronger, less exciting, but still in that kind of vibe. Yeah, I mean, I have nothing. This cigar has no major sins, you
Hmm.
know. Um,
Interesting.
in a
You
way,
gotta
but
my you gotta excuse the burn. I don't know what's going on with the burn, but it's smoking just fine. I don't have to retouch it or anything. But it's starting to get more Maduro. I'm now about an inch in. It's starting to feel like a Maduro again. So for a while, it was
mm.
feeling more like sun-grown Habano, and now it's feeling like truly. Anyway, go ahead.
Is it getting more like 75% darkness now?
A little darker, a little bit more consistent, earth chocolate coffee. You know, um, sweetness is nice.
I'll tell you what. If I didn't have a band on this would be one of the few times that it would might be.
Yeah, you said it'd be hard for you to guess that it's AJ. Yeah.
Because of the price point, the reliability. Nothing bad to say about it. So sure, but I'm just saying.
No, I agree with you.
And
I agree with you very much. I think this actually doesn't come across like just another AJ, which I really like.
but in a way, it's what he's known for. Like even like dude, like that cigar last night, which is more expensive, and it's 10-year age binder wrapper filler. But bro, if you smoke that cigar
Hmm.
from the first puff, bro, it was just I was like, oh boy, like that cigar fucked me up last night. The AJ Fernandez Monte Cristo Nicaragua, the Great Smoke
Yeah.
was bro. Bro, like I mean, how do you have 10-year age wrapper binder filler and you still kick my ass? Like
Yeah,
that
dude.
was and that yeah,
That's from his son, his farm on the Sun,
yeah, yeah, bro.
direct
That
injection.
shit, yeah, bro. That's all high priming and
Maybe he soaks it in nicotine. Uh-huh.
like about euro, if that makes any
Well, you
sense,
remember that the CAO Extreme, that was a Habano, I think. That thing was really strong. And that had many years
Like
of age on it when we smoked it.
yeah, I think about Lajeros as far as a rapper. can really take over, a cigar and like kick your ass, because that cigar last night was there with the extreme. In some ways, I think the extreme had more
Mhm.
on. It becomes almost a my God. It's like you know, yeah. Um. So not to change the topic, but did you hear about women that are on birth control are still getting pregnant now because they're taking Ozempic?
I haven't heard about that.
Yeah, so they're taking Ozempic to try to drop weight, but apparently Ozempic it drops the threshold of the birth control. So I
Interesting.
guess if you're with a fat chick and she's on birth control, you're good. But if you're with an ex-fat chick, you know what I'm saying? you know, you can't trust it. You know what I'm saying? No, that's just kind of funny. Like it's like, what if in a way it was a secret way because they try to, I don't know, like
Oh
they
yeah,
try
they
to
try to
bring on,
burst. They're trying to boost birth rates.
yeah, with healthier, lighter weight women, I guess.
Well, because a weight loss drug is like a miracle drug. Now I don't know anything about Ozempic, but that's a miracle drug, so everybody wants to take it. If everybody's
But here's the
taking it,
thing:
and you
it's
can
it's
boost the
only
birth rate.
I'm going to agree with you and disagree with you. It's a miracle drug if you need it, meaning people that have diabetic problems, it
Uh
really
huh.
helps them out. But if you're not diabetic and you're taking it, what's up, Jeremy? There's been a lot of people dying from Ozempic and dying from like kidney and liver failure. So if you don't like the initial help of the drug will help people. What it
Hmm.
does is it hardens the intestinal lining. So if you don't need this and you're not diabetic, it's creating problems for people. You know what I'm saying, though? And
I didn't know. I don't know anything
yeah,
about it. I
and
don't
then you
know.
get people that are doing this and then thinking they can still eat what they want. You get what I'm saying, though? Like so, and then their intestinal going back to
Yeah, Jeremy, we've been talking about cigars solidly since we booted up. 50 minutes in, and all of a sudden, Richie wants to talk about Ozempic, and then you come on, dude. I apologize for that. I want to look at this though. Look at the burn. The burn has again has corrected itself. It's really, I mean, the construction on the AJ is phenomenal.
I guess we didn't want to disappoint. We went full Richie here. Um, another thing I've
Uh
noticed in
huh.
Florida, like it'll have no turn on red on like Monday through
Hmm.
Friday at big intersections
Hmm.
near schools, I guess. But it'll say from 8:15 to like 5 p.m. 8:15. So imagine like you're on the way to work and you're like, oh, it's 8:12 or 8:13.
Hmm.
But how do you know? There's no clock on the wall there. So what if your clock is not exactly lined up with the Florida time zone? Does that make any sense? Like, how do
Yeah.
the point is, if you're past 8:10, you can't risk it. You can't risk
Yeah.
it.
Right.
No, no.
For sure. I
Eight.
wonder if they would be so officious as to bother with that. So pedantic. Especially in a place like Florida, which seems pretty loose. Jeremy said he went with the El Pulpo. That's a nice choice. I haven't smoked that one. Oh yeah, I wanted to say what we were saying earlier that doesn't feel exactly like an AJ. I actually
Yeah.
felt like that. What's that one that came out from Foundation? The with Niclero and the Maduro. It's like the Cohiba band. You know what I'm talking about? Yellow band looks like the Cohiba. Olmec, yeah. When I smoked the Olmec, I felt 100% it was just like another AJ. It wasn't a bad cigar, but it felt to me like, okay, this is just like a boutique style AJ. This actually doesn't, yeah, this doesn't feel like just another AJ to me. It feels, um, I mean, it feels like to me what AJ's best blends are, which is that there's some focus, there's some uniqueness. It's not just the same absolute character from his farm. So I quite like it. Uh-huh.
I'm saying no, or someone else.
Mhm.
And did you ever smoke the Judge?
I haven't. I don't think I've smoked
So
any pure My Father blends. I've smoked a bunch of stuff like
the
Tatuaje and
Jaime, yeah,
yeah, no, Jaime. Oh yeah, that is that My Father. I'm wrong.
yeah,
Uh, Jeremy says Nick Melillo blends his own cigars for Foundation just produced an AJ pack. Yeah, 100%. But what I'm saying is, I feel like this cigar feels less like straight down the line AJ than that cigar, which is a much higher price, and of course it has a different brand on it, right? A lot of time you smoke a cigar, you're like, oh, it's just AJ. Like that's how I felt with the Maestro too. It's just like, okay, it's just dark chocolatey AJ.
yeah. The El Popo is a serious cigar. I don't know if it'd be if you like it. Uh,
Mhm. Nice. Yeah. Do you feel does it feel strongly like AJ? You're saying between the 64 and the 26. I mean, Padron Maduro is a great cigar, no matter how way you slice it. Which way? Oh wow, look at that! I just opened the band up and look, there's a big split under the band. I don't know if you can see that.
oh no, shit!
Will it focus? I don't know.
You got some
But
damage.
yeah, it's. Do you see? There's like a split right there, but it's smoking fine. So
Yeah, it should smoke right through that. He said
interesting.
he loved the Popo the first time I smoked it. About to find out again. I think you're gonna. AJ's very reliable and consistent, so I think the El Popo is one of his. But remember that was made for a boutique shop, I think in New York City, and I could be
Uh huh.
wrong on that. I could be wrong on that, but I thought it was
It's definitely made
designed.
for a nice boutique company. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Um, um, it was a great time. Um, in a way, the El Popo could have been like a Tabernacle blend, where you know, you know, yeah, because the AJ can make all different tiers of
Hmm.
cigars. I think predominantly he's making a lot of mid tier stuff because that's where he's been, his target audience. But years, for example, like the Dorado or the Mil Diaz, or
Milk tea,
Mil
milk,
Diaz, the
milk.
Glory,
Uh-huh. Oh,
the Glory. What's it called?
I know what you're talking about. Is it
Yeah,
Diaz de Gloria? I don't think so.
yeah, it was something like that. Yeah,
Glorious Las Diaz? I'm not sure.
something like that. It's something like that. Um, yeah, and I think those were enjoyable. So I mean, you know, um, I think I don't think AJ has come full circle yet. Meaning, it'd be really interesting to see AJ make a real heavy Dominican cigar.
Hmm.
I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I wouldn't mind seeing that.
Well,
I wouldn't mind.
the San Lotano Dominicano was Dominican.
Interesting. How was that?
I don't know. I haven't smoked it. I have some though. I'm gonna smoke one.
Yeah, yeah.
I just got it. Um, but they're discontinued, so they must not be good. Um,
Or he didn't have that much tobacco because he doesn't have farms in the Dominican Republic.
well, Joshi Blanco made it
Oh,
at Tabacalera La Palma. Palma. You know, I don't know. I don't know what the actual name of it is, but it's the factory with the word Palma in it.
yeah. Okay. Interesting.
It's struggling to burn after the ash drop. It's not that cold. I'm just wearing a pullover and a vest. It's pleasant out. Yeah, he's trying to troll me, dude. I'm kidding. Um, He's been doing some moderating, but no shit talking, impressively. Yeah.
We talked about in the private chat when I was in high school, or right around high school time. I was in a parking lot, walking. It's one of those bowling alleys slash video game. This is before your time, so 20
Uh-huh.
years ago, people used to go to bowling alleys to have video arcade games
Okay.
and ice skating rinks. It was those big amusement centers. So I was there with my girlfriend and walking in the parking lot, whatever the hell. And this older guy to us, maybe in his late 20s, he came by on his motorcycle, but he ripped around, revving his engine, with his helmet on. And it was more like a Japanese bike, like a sport bike. But he pulled up, you know what I'm saying,
Uh-huh.
though? And then just like pulled out his dick and like jerked off for a quick second and then just peeled
Wow.
out. Yeah.
Jeez.
But in his defense, like there was no Tinder back then. I think he was hitting on my girl.
If that is the equivalent, the predecessor to Tinder, uh,
Mm.
I don't know. I haven't been on Tinder. That sounds pretty rough.
Yeah. Well, I think people just wanted an outlet. You know what I'm saying, though? Like no one knew you existed back then, except for your direct family. Like now it's like, dude, these girls. I tell you, there's this one girl. There's multiple girls on the what is it called? TikTok, and,
Uh-huh.
and they have TikTok lives now, right? Which
Okay.
maybe I should do my show on TikTok live. We can get a
Yeah,
lot more people, and I might start doing that because
that'd be
TikTok
crazy.
live. I think dude, everyone's on TikTok live now. Okay, so maybe I'll do a TikTok live next. You know what I'm saying though? Because I have a TikTok channel.
Got you.
And long story short, they make a lot of money, and these girls are just like making like pottery. So they'll wear like a see-through T-shirt, and they make with the clay, and they're making like cups and bowls. But
Okay.
guys just like it because they're just shoving their fist in clay, and it makes wet noises, and it's very perverted. And the girls are
Wow.
like, "Oh yeah, you want a cup?" And you're like, "We know what you're doing,
Yeah.
honey." But
Yeah, I don't believe in TikTok. I think it's a propaganda effort.
oh yeah, I'm not saying, but I'm saying, bro, like I see the TikTok lives, bro. Dude, people have 100,000, 200,000 people watching a live on TikTok, and like
Mhm.
they're really promoting it. It's almost like because you can just keep swiping, get different. I don't even know how they recommend these.
Yeah. Something's wrong about that. Something's wrong about TikTok.
TikTok lives. You're talking about, and it'll be like I said, some girl making pottery in a see-through shirt, or there'll be some whatever. You know what I'm saying? Though, like I the different kinds of shows. Where you're like, I don't know.
Uh,
It's
yes, Jeremy says he thinks TikTok would be a bad move for a cigar channel since the audience is way younger. It's a good point. And what
oh
I mean is, I don't think TikTok is, when I say it's something's wrong with it, I think it's like something's really wrong with it. Like the American government wants to see how it works under the hood, and the Chinese government is like, no, 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 it's proprietary. Like we can't show you. Like something's wrong. It's not. I don't think it's.
Well, all these apps, it's a massive spy ring. People are literally showing what they're doing in their house. Like everyone's just like, yeah, look what I'm doing. They can see everything in your house, um, and
I think
also
it's
it's getting
deeper than
people.
that. The
Yeah.
the 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 American viewpoints have been drastically shifted in the Gen Z generation based on ignorant points of view, which are pushed on TikTok. So I think they're using uh, they've weaponized this type of algorithmic content delivery in order to erode American values, American information, etc. So I
Oh,
think it's a series.
it's mindless and senseless as well, and also, but people are doing a lot of advertising, like literally, like there's people I know in my real life, which I'm not even gonna say, that are like, it's so when that goes away or something like that. I don't know. I mean, I
No,
don't.
what I'm saying is, I believe that this is a concerted effort. It's basically a war effort. It's an information attack on the American psyche, minds, zeitgeist, public opinion. I think I think not only is it all the normal bad things, but it's also truly bad, spearhead, focused, bad.
You mean like just
Anyway,
erode, especially since all the stupid shit on it. It's definitely eroding the fabric of our society because, you know, for example, let's use like the OnlyFans mentality because it's not just OnlyFans, but where you have every young girl on TikTok pretty much showing everything she has, like bending over in a see-through dress or, you know, just doing. I mean, dude, like innuendos on it. It's pretty much pornographic almost, and like this is allowed on TikTok, and like everyone's first of all, there's no age verification. Who's liking, who's watching these things, and they're making tons of money off of this. And so you think someone who's doing this then eventually is going to be like, you know what? Yeah, let me settle down. Maybe, like, you know what I'm saying though? Like, then again, you could say all of our parents were shaking their ass to disco in the '70s. You know, so it is what it is. I don't know. I mean, maybe I don't know.
this cigar is getting a lot darker. I'm almost getting a graham cracker note. I'm getting some bitterness. It's definitely filling in on that chocolate coffee, a little bit of earth profile. At this point into the cigar, it's really, yeah, okay, you're a little further than me. Um, but it's definitely starting to meld, get less complex, less beautiful, but
Yeah.
still not bad. And also more what I would expect even from an AJ. Maybe the aging really helped it because like I said, the first couple. Hood Goliath says you guys are so cute couple.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Hood
Yeah,
Goliath. Um,
we appreciate that. Yeah.
but yeah, it's definitely getting more. Oh, he got zapped, dude. He got domed by AP.
See,
Anyway,
AP's there. Yeah, when it counts.
yeah.
I'm enjoying it. The construction is great, solid. It's not a mind blowing cigar, but within the realm of the AJ universe, it's giving you something that's different in his mid tier category.
Uh-huh.
Um, and I don't mean completely different, but um, it was more layered and complex than normal.
Hmm. I like that it's not on the heavy sweet side. I feel like sometimes with Maduros, I'm getting into a sweet chocolate earth situation, and it's too dominant. It's something I find very boring. I don't particularly like Oscuros. I don't like Maduros. Not that they can't be any good ones, but to me this is much more like on that 601 side. I didn't find the 601 unbalanced to the point of just pure sweetness. That's more my preference. So this is definitely more my preference when it comes to Maduros. What do you think about? I mean, do you think this is? Do you see what I'm saying about Maduros? And do you think that that's a fair
Well,
classification? This?
I think what a lot of people like about Andreas or Connecticut broadleaf, right, which is a lot of
Mhm.
Maduros. One thing you said before, you're not crazy about a very chocolate forward cigar, where it's like
And a
all about
very
the chocolate.
and a
You don't mind a chocolate
also a
forward.
very very sweet cigar. Something that's unbalanced, sweet to the point of being unbalanced. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. That so yeah, it's not super sweet, though it has some
Right.
sweetness to it. But the layering with the coffee note and the earth and the black and red pepper spices, um, I wouldn't say it has a very woodsy note. It might have a little bit of a char feel to it,
Hmm.
but not a very like charred wood. Not You know what I'm saying? Though, so it has a little bit of like charredness to it, but it's not. So if you are looking for that, it doesn't have that. You know, like that
Yeah.
classic Fuente
Right.
charred wood, that mesquite barbecue pit kind of feel. It
Hmm.
doesn't have that going for it, which is fine. But you know, so if we're talking about what it doesn't have, um, but yeah, but it definitely has a longer, heavy finish. But it's not like compared to the AJ. I'm sorry, the Monte Cristo AJ 1935. It is nowhere near as strong as that. It is nowhere near as strong as the Great Smoke. Um, I think it was just a solid mid-tier, medium.
Yeah.
I don't think maybe that much changed in 2 years,
Hmm.
which is a good thing.
Yeah, I don't think
You
a
know.
lot is generally going to change in 2 years with a cigar of this strain. Jeremy said, oh, yeah.
Well, I think AJ's aged very well.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
AJ's aged very
Hmm.
slow. You know.
And they open up. They, yeah, I think it helps them. I don't think it hurts them. Jeremy says, I think I still like AJ's collaboration cigars better than the cigars he makes for others. His blends are good, but nothing I love. Maybe I need to revisit his lines. Uh, I think Jeremy,
No, no, I
yeah,
agree with you. I've always said that, Jeremy, that I really prefer his collaboration blends. That's my opinion. Um,
I really,
yeah, like
I really like core AJ stuff. This San Lotano, I really like. I like this one quite a bit. I don't think it's a great cigar, but it's a cigar that I like that I would smoke
have
because
you fucked around with the H. Upman? The H. Upman AJ
I haven't.
line, there's a few cigars that are really enjoyable.
Nice. Okay. I've got one of those. I
Um,
got the one with the teal insignia on
yeah,
it.
that's the original. Then they
Yeah.
had the Finca La Linea, which was a limited edition one.
Okay.
Um, a little more expensive, but that was that's gone. You can't find that. So the H. Upman one is quite nice. But then they have the Heritage, which is full AJ. Like if you want to get like
I don't think I prefer a scary cigar. I also don't think I prefer something that's too sweet or too interesting. Like I tell you, like I remember smoking the Rare Pink. That's probably like the highest end Fuente. I smoked the Rare Pink and also the Hemingway Maduro. They both have a lot of sweetness, unique, interesting notes. Don Carlos is kind of like that too, but I got to resmoke the Don Carlos. But with the Rare Pink, I was almost getting like a hard candy flavor. It was like zesty, sweet. It was like all these interesting. To me, that's not my. Mhm. It's a good cigar. I'm not saying it's not a good cigar, but it's not my preference because uh, yeah, I would rather eat fruit to, you know.
you
Well, I'm
don't have to
saying
defend it.
there are other things that are, I'd rather smoke hookah or eat fruit to get like a fruity style flavor like that. To me,
Interesting.
this a cigar like this really gives you that balance, that earth, the undertones that I'm looking for in a cigar. So even though it's very mid-range, and again, I don't particularly like the aging room Nicaragua either. Again, coming down to that heavy leaning on sweet chocolate, black pepper, etc. Even like a syrupiness to it, if I recall correctly. This is much more straightforward, and I appreciate that. So I think also with Jeremy, he might not like the blends, AJ's blends. I think AJ's blends are really sort of straightforward, rustic, and honest, and I like that about his blends. But I think if you're not looking for that, I could definitely see how his collaborations would be better.
And more, yes, a complexity, more sweetness. So yeah, so definitely, what you're saying is both true and accurate going both ways. What you like and what you don't prefer, and so what other people are enjoying out of it, that's not your cup of tea. So,
Right.
you know, yeah,
But
yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
I guess
I think my experience with I'm trying to think about AJ collaborations I've smoked. I smoked the Southern Draw, one of the Southern Draws. I smoked the aging room Nicaragua. So not a lot of AJ collaboration, but in my experience, people often blend to sweetness. They blend to a specific note, something that they like. And I think that makes an exciting cigar, like the Hemingway Maduro, like the Rare Pink, like the Aging Room Nicaragua, like
Yeah.
the Southern Draw Quick Draw that I smoked. And it's not my preference. I like a cigar that is almost boring. You know what I mean? It's just like a cigar. Um,
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. But you're not huge on a lot of sweetness, no matter what it
yeah,
comes from.
yeah,
And that's fine, you know. But then again, you prefer a lot of habanos, and you like a lot of like Sumatra like type cigars, right? Like the Bolivar, you like that,
yeah, yeah.
which is
I
not a
like
very
the
that's not a very sweet cigar at all.
right. No, I really, really like that cigar. And I got to, I told you I got to smoke a couple Cuban cigars as a gift, and that had a lot of a sweetness, had more of a fruit and wood sweetness and vanilla, that type of sweetness, and I really, really like that. I thought that was really, really nice. But the chocolate sweetness is not for me. So, Marcus Gain says he'd like to be sent to the dome.
Hey, it is what it is. Um, so for me, it's a 4.55. Where are you gonna be on this?
Um, I forget how my rating system is. It's definitely not a great cigar. I would say it's probably between good and very good. So maybe it's like a 6.5. Let me take
Yeah,
another.
because you go 0 to 10. So yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah. So
I think
we're both right there. Yeah.
4.55 is like fair. I think that's a route this same area. I think in the old rating system, I would have probably go like 90, 91. You know, which is like isn't that like low amazing? Well, I don't know. But I
No,
think
no, no, no. I mean, no, you were right there. 90 was like it was like 88. I think the way I did it, like 88 to like 92 was like good to very good. 92 like
got you.
90
Okay.
uh
93 and up.
5 was like very good, and then amazing was like 90.
No, Godlike was like 95 or 96 up, I think. Anyway, whatever, it doesn't matter. Got you. I think I'll yeah. Hmm. Got you. Hmm. Hmm. Uh-huh.
Jeremy likes the the Maduro version of the Flor de Latilas.
I haven't smoked that, but yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a little more dirtier than this cigar, a little more edgier, but I think I like that better though. I mean, over this. Um, so yeah, yeah, but it was an enjoyable cigar though.
Yeah,
You know,
I would say this is, to me it's probably between very good or good and very good, which is like 6.5, maybe 7, maybe it's a strong very good. What I like about it is, I guess it depends on if we can bake in reusability or if that has to be baked into the score, uh, or if that can be a separate caveat, you know, based on
I think it's a
AP's
separate
argument.
caveat. I think reusability is part of it, but meaning something could be a really good blend or a very good blend, but you could say, but I probably wouldn't. You know, you know. To be reusable is really that's why I don't go back. I would go back to this like tomorrow or something like that.
Yeah,
I would
I think.
smoke it. Mm.
Uh, Go ahead.
No, no.
I was just gonna say, I think I would have to smoke it again to know between 6.5 and 7. But I'm trying not to overrate cigars now. I'm trying to be more conservative. I think it's definitely at least a 6.5, though. I think it is quite a good cigar. And what I like about it is a little bit of complexity. I definitely feel like there's a reusability aspect to it. One second.
I think I liked the most what it didn't do, and it didn't give you a predictable AJ cigar or a predictable Mexican San Andreas cigar.
Right,
So on both
exactly.
those things, it was a surprise.
Mhm.
Fine, a Mexican San Andreas, but so it kind of filled the void in between, if that makes any
Yeah,
sense. So
I almost got a yeah, like, I almost got, like it almost moved to almost like a vanilla, almost like a marzipan at one point. If it had actually reached, like, vanilla or marzipan, I think I'd be really stoked on it. Um, so I think it's a little bit on the stays on the dark side. It's not quite complex, but it is nicely layered. And I agree with you. I actually quite like that it's not a straight down the line AJ, not a straight down the line Mexican San Andreas. Uh, so I think that's really good, and I'd be happy to smoke more of these. Like, what's interesting, I felt bad. I think I rated the La Polina Red Label like a 7, which I think was too high. I had a really good experience with it, but I have not wanted to go back to it at all. Whereas this cigar, I think I would be happy to go back to semi regularly. Like, it's really easy to. I mean, I'm sure there's better cigars, so maybe you don't need to, but um, this one, I definitely feel like I'd be more comfortable to go back to more often.
I like to try it in a smaller size and in a shorter size and see how that stacks up. Uh,
Hmm. Hmm.
you hear this newer company? I don't know how new, but it's called like Miami or something like that. They're really popular down here, and I'm not sure who makes them.
I haven't heard of that.
Yeah, I'll get the name of it next time. And I think it's El Majo or something like
Uh-huh.
that. It's Miami cigars, and the,
Hmm. Yeah, I just want to say I do think there are some interesting notes to this. Again, there's a little bit more sophistication than I'm expecting. It definitely throws a few curveballs, which is really nice, but all of them are welcome. There's no weird flavors, there's no off flavors. I just wish it was like I wish it was doing what it's doing just a little bit more. It is as weird as that is. Like, if you could just amp this cigar up, refine the cigar, it'd be really, really good. Um,
well, have you had the Belos Artes?
mm-mm.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
don't think so. I smoked the Enclave. I didn't think that one was good.
no, the Belos Artes is better than the Enclave.
Yeah.
Belos Artes was a strong cigar. Um, yeah, mm. Yeah, I think the Belos Artes was definitely stronger and heavier than this.
Hmm.
Definitely. Um, I enjoyed that cigar,
Hmm.
but it was very dark.
I like that he didn't go too dark with this or too heavy. I think I don't know. For me, it's like I got that triple Maduro experience. You know what I mean? I got the CAO extreme
Yeah,
experience. I got the Diablo experience. Oh, that was a AJ collaboration, I guess. The Diablo
yeah,
in a way, but I don't know.
yeah.
I don't personally for me. I don't see a big need to go back to a cigar that's that strong, that dark, that powerful. Um, it's just a little overkill.
Yeah, the Diablo is definitely like, yeah. Imagine like you got somebody gave you like a box of Diablos, like holy shit, I got to smoke these. Like, dude,
Yeah,
that's
that's like a punishment. I think I got to let my cigar. uh True. Yeah, I wonder who that guy is. I wonder who their consumer is for that one. Hmm.
if you want to
Wow.
die, like, bro, bro, bro.
Wow.
Imagine like a 770 of that cigar, bro.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine you get down to like 2, 3 inches, and it's just like it's opened up to 70, and you're just chugging that. It's like so that huge cherry next to your mouth, and you're just like pouring in like huge Diablo smoke. Terrible. I don't know who that guy is. Yeah. Hmm. Too much. I'm letting mine die, Richie, because it's uh it's very humid today, and I think it just was too much. It caught up with it. It's just like completely squishy. You know what I mean? It's like someone soaked it in water.
Mine's done. I did enjoy it. Um, Overall, a good three-quarter strength cigar with a good amount of dark flavors. That was layered and semi-complex
Yeah,
and not full AJ, so and not full Mexican San Andreas. So
yeah.
it
But
wasn't like a home run, but it was
yeah,
enjoyable.
I think it also had elements of kind of what I look for in a natural cigar. You know,
Mm.
some of that, like you said, the layering, a little bit of complexity, a little bit of earth, a little bit of sweetness, good balance. Um, and I think as a result, I think it's something that you could smoke shoulder to shoulder with other medium to full naturals. You know, I don't think it's something
Well,
you
that's
don't have
something
to
like
be in a
I feel
Maduro
like our
mood.
society, you could get so Maduroed out where like everything's
Right,
just got to be Maduro, everything's got to be full strength,
right.
and so yeah, bro. Like I mean, like I do enjoy a lot of Habanos. I do enjoy a lot of sun growns. There are some Connecticut's I enjoy. So I mean, it's nice to have other things.
So I would say this is not a blockbuster Maduro, but it is a nice cigar that's inside of the realm of, uh, you know what I'm saying? It's well, it's also inside of the realm of like natural and regular cigars. It doesn't deviate tremendously. It's like another spin on a natural cigar. I find that a lot of Maduros, it's almost like smoking a totally different product. Um, MX2, the Macanudo Inspirado Green, the Rocky Patel 60, the the triple Maduro. Obviously, there are a lot of Maduro cigars where I'm smoking and I'm just like, this doesn't taste like a cigar to me. It tastes like a Maduro. You know?
At a certain point, you make a cigar so dark and so strong, it's almost not even about flavor anymore. It's more about the experience of like it's almost like overcooking a steak, where like like it's so
Yeah.
charred, and it's you know, like for example, like a Liga Number Nine is a dark cigar, but it's not. You get a lot of beautiful. You ever have a Liga Number Nine?
I haven't had a Liga number nine. No, I haven't smoked
Oh,
any Liga.
you should try one. You should
Yeah.
try like a 5x54 Robusto. I think you'd have a good time.
Yeah, I'll check it out. I know Sacco goes to those.
But then again, no, you don't like a lot of chocolate note though,
Right.
so I don't know.
I don't like a too dark a cigar. I don't like too much chocolate note. And I also haven't smoked anything by Drew Estate that I really like. So,
So you
um,
should go for a T52 though. The
mhm.
T52 it doesn't have the Maduro wrapper,
Yeah,
and I think that's like a strong sun-grown Habano type
yeah.
wrapper. And the T52 that'd be my. What about the Diamond Crown Maximus?
I haven't smoked one of those, but I have one of those. I
You
should
should try
smoke
that.
it. Yeah.
That might fill the void of like a semi-dark cigar, but without going Maduro route because it's not a
Hmm.
Maduro. I think it's a dark sun-grown.
Well, this one I actually feel like does fill a little bit of that void where, like you had talked about that new Cuba Superior. And
Yeah.
I think the CAO Gold is similar, where it's a Connecticut, but it kind of presents itself almost like a Habano, like a light Habano, which is nice.
Yeah.
I think this one to me is like a Maduro that almost presents itself like a dark Habano, or a dark natural,
Yeah.
Sumatra. I don't know, but I like that.
Yeah, the other one that I think was AP that sent me that one that the one from Spain.
Oh yeah,
the
the Macanudo
no,
Espada
no, no,
or
no,
something.
no, 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 the other
Huh.
one, where the Cifuente.
Oh, the AR. I don't know, is it Azteca Reales or something? Yeah, I gotta smoke that. I gotta smoke that. That's at the top of the list. Hmm. Yeah, that one is like I said, top of the list. That's number one. I gotta try that. I think yeah, right. So in the end with this cigar, what's the what's the wheelhouse? Because I guess it's just like it's almost like if you just want like a medium to medium full, humble, natural style Maduro. That's how I would describe it. But it's not it's not really a blockbuster in any sort of way. Yeah. Hmm. Right. I think it's kind of rustic but classy. Um, but not super classy and not super rustic, but it's kind of somewhere in that range. I feel like the only problem I guess I could say with this is I don't think it pushed any one thing really hard, you know. So it might be hard to place, but it would probably also be not hard to smoke a box of this. I don't think you'd necessarily get sick of it.
Well, yeah, yeah, if overall it's more open to interpretation
Right.
than whereas if it was a cigar, it's like, well, if you love tons of chocolate and black pepper, you're
Right.
gonna love this fucking cigar. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Though, so in a way,
Yeah. 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 I think I definitely will come back to it. I do like it. I don't think that it's I think that the San Lotano Habano that I smoked was a real knockout hit. It was a really super memorable, super interesting cigar. This is almost more middle of the line, reserved, which is actually really interesting because I would expect the Habano to be like that and the Maduro to be more exciting. But um, yeah, I think it's good, not great, but quite good and quite enjoyable and quite usable. And I think it does fill out the line, the San Latano line well. I wish it was a little bit more. I wish it was just a little bit more exciting. Like there was a like I said, there was like a vanilla cream note. If I'd been able to hold on to that, the cigar would have been really, really good. And then I think it would be
she was a little more
yeah,
pronounced.
if I'd kept having that spice, kept having that vanilla cream, I think like the Middle Eastern and the bacon spices, I think that would have been really solid. But it never really like took me away. I guess it never really became the moment. I guess that's what I'm saying.
No, it was in between of taking the moment and
Right,
just hanging out. So it was definitely not like a chill,
right,
mild cigar, but it definitely was like a
right.
alpha kind of a personality. Like, yo, this is the way,
Yeah.
and whether you like it or not. So it was it had. I guess if it didn't have no balls, it didn't have two. It had one ball. You know what I'm saying?
But it was a
Yeah,
nice ball.
yeah. It was
The one ball was nice.
yeah. It was half a sack. You know what I'm saying? Though?
Yeah.
Half sack.
Yeah.
Well, so yeah, it
Solid.
was a good time, man. And I'm
All right,
glad you
man.
came on, man. We had a good time, man, and
Yeah.
it's been a long time, and
Yeah.
I know the channel's been all over the place, and the channel's more about like not even about cigars, it's more about I guess Richie's life, and here's to I guess hopefully in the future better days, and we'll see what happens. The show's not over yet,
Yeah.
although it's almost over, but we'll see what happens. You know.
Well, hopefully it'll I don't know, hopefully it can find its footing again. Hopefully I'll heal up. I still think I'm not 100% and we'll see how this hit me, but
Yeah.
hopefully yeah, hopefully you can find a new footing and find a new interest in the stuff. I think it's interesting because for a long time you smoked all the best, right? You were like, "Oh, this is the best cigar I ever smoked. This is the best," and you just kept climbing and climbing and climbing, and then where do you go from there? So that's up to you. That's the new direction that you'll have to find sometime or not.
I
I
guess
don't
you have
know.
to find different reasons to smoke the same things, though, because I mean,
Yeah, yeah, that's true. All right, man. Hey, thank you. Yeah, thank you for having me. It was a good time. And up and up,
and you stay
Richie.
fresh.
Hopefully everything on the up
Yeah,
and up. All right.
yeah, straight up your ass.
Thank you, Richie. Have a good evening. Thank you, sir. Have a good evening. All right, man. See you, man. You too. Peace.
Peace out.